I just about put my fist through my phone screen, through my computer screen, and then through my fucking PC itself. Oh, hey, you gonna fucking. Oh, we're gonna fucking. Goddamn fuck what you're doing up on the fucking phone. Fuck, I hate technology. Give me a goddamn fucking stick and a fucking stone. Shouldn't be doing this at 7:30 in the morning. It's probably the problem at fucking 7:30 in the morning. It's too early for this shit. And yeah, here I am. Fucking being a goddamn dumbass. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and start the fucking high five test. Whatever the fuck this is. What is this? Move the slider left for disagreement and right for agreement. The further you move it, the stronger you feel. I believe that no matter what happens to me, I will inevitably bounce back. Yeah, unfortunately, I do believe that because I ain't fucking dead yet. And both me and life have tried at various times. Me and the universe have tried. I'm still here. But yeah, I will bounce back, inevitably. It is inevitable, Mr. Anderson. Man, am I energized when I help someone experience success? We'll put it here a little bit. That's a little bit in the over the green to the green. Every time I act spontaneously. Again, that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, not really. Oh, excitement isn't something I don't know. We'll put it in neutral. I believe in lifelong learning. That one I 100% agree on. Nope, I do not like taking control of situations that seem to be out of control. I don't like taking control of situations that are fucking in control. I do not like being in control. It sucks. Fucking having to constantly think. I don't like it. I have too many thoughts as it is. They rush around. I don't get a fucking focus. No, I 100% disagree with that. Every time I energized, every time I crossed another item off my to-do list. No, because I don't even make to-do lists. I wake up, I think, okay, I have to do this shit, or I don't have to do this shit, and that's that. I love taking necessary risks. Well, that's just less fun. Let me put it on the neutral area. Can I put it in neutral? Yes. I'm excited when I get people to sacrifice their egos for the benefit of the group. Nah, not really. Like it's because of that last bit where it says for the benefit of the group. See, that part I don't give a shit about. It is fun to destroy somebody's ego, though. It really is. I mean, shit, I destroy my own all the time. Granted, it doesn't mean much because of how much of an ego I have at times. But, you know. Whatever. I believe the time is too precious to be wasted by being disorganized. 100% disagree. I get to act altruistically. No, I really don't get a jolt of energy when I act like that. We'll put it about halfway between totally disagree and neutral. Because I'm not that kind of person. I should be. Maybe karma would be like, hey, you can go fishing, but fuck it. I enjoy my time alone when I can muse and reflect undisturbed. Kind of, yes. I definitely enjoy my time alone and can be not disturbed by people. Freedom to express all of my emotions from laughing to crying is important to me. Not so much, really, no. No, not really, no. I naturally see patterns where others see complexity. That one's a neutral. That one's a neutral because sometimes I see patterns, sometimes I don't. Sometimes the patterns I see are literally just random shapes forming a pattern, and it has absolutely nothing to do with actually solving the problem. It's just, oh look, my mind made a shape. So that's a neutral. I believe that everyone needs a coach in their life. Like, what kind of a coach? Like, what are we teaching? What are we learning? I'm going to neutral this one as well. I naturally take mental ownership and responsibility for even the smallest things I commit to. See, is that... what does that mean? Why is this weird word, one word, it's so fucking weirdly? What the fuck goddamn kind of question is this? I naturally take mental ownership and responsibility for even the smallest things I commit to. What is that? What does the I commit to mean? Is that what saying, like, to the things that I do? The things that I like? The things, what the fuck does that mean? Fucking Christ, man. I swear to God, fucking psychiatrists and shit, they need to fucking go hang out with regular people to learn how we actually fucking speak and think. Because this is the fuck kind of question is that? I have to put neutral because I don't understand it. I love restoring things and bringing them back to life. I 100% disagree. It would be fun. It would be great. I would love it if I could do that. But I am a destroyer. I touch stuff and shit gets broken. I don't like it, but it happens a lot. I'm nope. I do not energize when I get to speak in front of an audience. That's something I gotta work up to. Fucking public speaking. See, this sadly is different because it's me just bitching and complaining to my phone, creating a video which then other people can see after it's been made. I don't have to, I'm not directly communicating. So, yeah. I am thrilled every time I get to compete with others. Again, that's a neutral. Not really thrilled about it, but I don't mind a little competition every now and then. It's good. Keeps fucking creative juices flowing. Keeps you on your toes. Makes it so you can... Yeah. But it's not something I get thrilled about. Like... But then again, I'd also, a lot of times, just rather be by myself. So, yeah. It's important for me to collect as much data as possible to make an informed decision. Yeah, I tried to do that one. I do try to do. We're going to be about halfway between agree and neutral. Look for common ground. Natural for me to look for common ground among people. We'll put it just barely over to the agree side. That's because, I try to find enough common ground that we'll be able to, I can become friends with someone or something, or I at least won't hate interacting with them. Ooh, Kingdoms of Amalur downloaded, finally. Yay! I am excited every time I get to turn a new idea into action. That one's a neutral. That one's neutral. I believe it is important to tell the truth to others, even if this truth is bitter. For the most part, yes, it's not. Yeah, it's a little bit of an agree, but yeah, still fairly close to neutral because sometimes the truth hurts worse than anything else that could ever be done. It really does sometimes. Ooh, connecting dots that seemingly have nothing in common. That one's actually fun. Yep, I enjoy challenging people to prove their points of view. It is fun on that one. Get to be devil's advocate, and even on some stuff that I like, I'll do it too. It's like, yep, I agree with this person. But, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate. I'm going to play the evil bastard. Because it's fun. I value flexibility today more than long-term commitments. Yeah, that one's I fairly agree with that, just because anytime I try to make any kind of long-term plans for anything, it just kind of falls apart. Very rapidly, it'll fall apart. That's why I generally try to avoid actually making plans. I'll let other people make plans that I am a part of. But if it's more than 3 days out, I will not. I try to avoid being the one making those plans because it is just gonna fall apart on me because life, and it's rarely ever on my end that things fall apart. It's everybody else involved in the plan that it falls apart for because, oh, hey, got sick. Oh, hey, got busy with life. Oh, hey, kid got sick. It's like, well, guess I'm just gonna fucking sit by myself again, you know? Well, for the most part by myself. Usually girlfriend's in a different room, but yeah, yeah, that. I am thrilled to celebrate even the smallest of achievements. That one's a neutral. Yep, I 100% naturally get lost in thought. Very much. I believe if you can't do it right, don't do it. Yeah, that's a little bit of a disagree. Not too much, just a little bit, because, sometimes you need to get stuff done, and you literally, it is physically impossible to do it the right way. There are some situations at work like that, where it's like, well, in order to do this the right way, we would have to 100% tear the machine apart, pull everything out of it, drain it of shit, clean it out, and then go about doing the fix needed. And it's like, or we can, we can work a little smarter, just take these, certain things out that are going to give us direct access. It's going to be a bitch. It's going to be a tight space. It's going to be hurting. You're going to smash your arms, your hands, your elbows into everything. You're going to smack your head into the machine, but you're going to be able to get it done in less time and more efficiently than having to spend a week tearing the machine apart just to have to put it back together. So, yeah. I enjoy putting myself into other people's shoes to understand what they're going through. Kind of. It is natural for me to figure out what's wrong and find solutions for it. Neutral. I believe there is more of what unites people rather than what divides them. That one, neutral. Yeah, actually. Man. No, technically, I guess. Yeah. Alright, yeah, we'll go with neutral. I believe there was always more than one way to reach the same goal. Not always. Not always. There's quite a lot of times where there's only one way to reach a goal. And, those times suck if it's not something fun. But, excuse me. I enjoy setting goals and defining proper priorities to achieve them. No, I don't. That goes back to the whole making plans shit. Why have a goal when your plans fall to hell? Because a goal is just a very long-term plan. I believe the gold medal is the only medal to aim for. Nah, fuck that shit. Aim for any medal. Hell, you don't even need to get a medal. You just need to be good at what you do. Don't harm people. Be good at what you do. Bam. No need for a medal. It is important for me to have no limits to creative expression. Yeah, I'm going to have to go neutral with that one. Because sometimes having a limit is a good thing. Because otherwise you can sometimes go overboard. Look at prog rock. There are fucking songs that last for hours. Just one song can last for hours in prog rock. Because they've gone too far. They didn't limit themselves with their creative expression. Sometimes you need a limit. I believe there are no conditions under which personal values can be sacrificed. Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with that one. There are certain conditions. Not good ones. Very not good ones, but I believe there are certain conditions under which you can sacrifice your personal values. I learned of turning clutter and chaos into order and structure. Fuck that. Disagree 100%. I believe the best way of learning is by doing. Not really, no. I know a lot of people are that way, but I have to be able to see what's happening first. I need to witness it, get a visual cue of what's going on, and from there, I can slowly start working on doing it myself. I believe no problems resolve by themselves. That's a disagree. There are plenty of times problems resolve themselves. I enjoy thinking about what if scenarios. No, I don't enjoy it. I hate it. I really, really hate what if scenarios. Because my brain is always like, oh, hey, there's this stuff that could be good. Oh, what if though? What if instead of going, well, this happened, or this bad thing happened, or this thing, or this? No, I don't like what if scenarios. I have too many of them playing in my head right now. Delivering upon what I promised gives me a great dose of satisfaction. Kind of agree. I'm kind of emotionally broken, I think would be the word to use. Broken, stunted, I don't know. My emotions don't function properly. So I just slightly agree. I don't know. I believe multitasking is ineffective for achieving meaningful results. Wrong. That's a disagree because you can very much achieve meaningful results while multitasking. Multitasking doesn't have to be doing fucking 20 different things all at once. You can do just 2. And one of those things can be fairly simple, like, singing along to music while you do your work. Oh, look, you're multitasking. My God, for being created by smart people, these tests are fucking stupid. I believe that work not only can be, but also should be fun. I'm a neutral on that one. It depends on the type of work that you do. You work in a factory, a tool and die factory like I do. It shouldn't be fun. It's hard work. It's blue collar. I'm fucking supposed to be getting dirty, greasy, sweaty, fucking cut up, broken boned, all that shit. You know, it's not supposed to be fun. It's hard work. There's a reason why it's called hard labor. It's fucking difficult. It ain't supposed to be fun all the time. You know? It is natural for me to be genuinely interested in other people's growth. All right, that one I kind of do agree with. It's fun when get into, you know, when people that you're close with, you know, you can see actual progression in what they're doing and how they're doing things in their life, you know, and things that they want to get better at. Oh man, I'm out of Sprite. Alright, well, I'm good at staying objective and logical when dealing with emotional issues. Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I am going to put it just slightly over because depending on the emotional issue, like my anger, my objectiveness and logical thinking kind of go out the window. With all the other emotions, it's fine. It's anger that's the problem. I'm energized by mental activity. I'm energized by being mental. What? Who said that? We're going to go with neutral on this one. I'm excited every time I get to follow my natural curiosity. Yes, that one I 100% agree on. I feel excited when I manage to build a bridge between people's diverging opinions. Yeah, you know what? We kind of agree with that. That is always fun. That is fun. You can get people to agree on shit. It's like, look, I just persuaded 2 people to agree to something. I am a great negotiator. I could be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Where's my lightsaber? It is natural for me to trust myself, my strengths, and my instinct in any situation. Nope. That's a disagree. Natural finding the positive in every situation. That is 100% disagree. I get excited convincing others just for the sake of winning the argument. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to go about halfway between agree and neutral. Because, yeah, it's fun to win. Especially when you're actually right. That's even better. I believe life happens one day at a time. There is no need to plan it. Yep. It's natural for me to sense the feelings of people around me. Yes, and it fucking sucks. I get excited when analyzing and dealing with numbers. No, I hate it. I'm just good at it. Natural for me to come up with a million new ideas a day. Yeah. Maybe not that far agree. But yeah, I come up. There's a lot of things that go in my head. Sometimes they're brand new, sometimes they're old, new, but whatever. Natural for me to quickly adjust to changing circumstances. Nope, I do not adjust very well to changing circumstances. I know and accept that change happens all the time and that there's nothing I can do about it. It doesn't mean I have to like it, though. I naturally find a sense of greater purpose in everything that I do. No, I don't. In fact, I rarely find purpose in things that I do because I do a lot of shit just because. And I was like, like this video. Holy shit, this is a long one. I love getting things done by doing one thing at a time. We're going to go neutral. I feel excited when I find a solution to a problem others cannot solve. Yeah, that one's pretty fun. For me to voice my opinion, even if it's contrary to others, not really, no. I'm energizing by stimulating other people to go a step further. Yeah, that one's fun. Give people that little push. I enjoy following a specific... Nope. I believe how you present is more important than what you present. No, I don't agree with that. We'll put about halfway, but no. Like, if you're presenting something like, you know, an airplane ride to a private island, you'd better be presenting all of the facts very specifically, because otherwise you might be presenting things in a way that they aren't. In a way that ends up with you getting wasn't done by yourself. So yeah, always, yeah, make sure you're presenting things as factually as possible. And make sure what you're presenting is, something that isn't absolutely horrendous. I get energized I anticipate the needs of others without saying them a word. No, don't get energized by that. I'm energized by thinking outside of the box. Yes. I learn new things faster than others. It depends on what the new thing is. So, kind of yes, but meh. Pretty close to neutral, but we're on the agree side. I believe competition is the best driver for achieving excellence. I'm gonna go neutral because it is one of them, but I don't know if it is. One thing could even be called the best for being a driver for achieving excellence. I know there's a lot of things that could be that way though. Competition is one of them. So we'll put neutral. It is natural for me to keep to myself and others on task and on point. Nope. I'm very terrible at that. I believe that following through with commitments defines a person's reputation. That's a fucking weird, the wording on some of these things is so fucking stupid. I'm gonna just go neutral. It is natural for me to energize people to act. No, it ain't natural for me to do that. For me to... Why? Half these... I'm pretty sure I've answered this one already. It is natural for me to set up routines, schedules, timelines, and deadlines. I'm pretty sure I've answered that twice now in two different ways prior to this. This will be the third time now. This is the whole... That planning. All goes back to the plan. Actually, how many fucking questions have I answered about plans and scheduling and shit? Why is this the same question being asked 50,000 times in 50 different... Why are smart people so goddamn stupid? I believe everyone should help each other to reach their full potential. I'm gonna have to disagree on that one, but that's also me being an introvert. So, I feel excited every time I'm in charge. No, I hate being in charge. We answered that question already earlier too. I enjoy thinking of all alternative ways to find the best route. Neutral, these. Maybe I shouldn't have tried recording myself doing this, because, wow. I am getting real pissed off at these questions. I believe the best way to achieve success is by focusing on one thing. I answered this one too already. 120 why are they... Why are smart people so stupid sometimes? We're going to create tests to do all this shit. Oh yeah, we're going to ask the same questions 50,000 times in 50 different ways, because why not? I believe that great ideas are more important than... No. Okay, you have a great idea. Great. You gonna implement it? No. Then why bother with the idea anyway in the first place if you're not gonna... I believe theory should always precede practice. I'm gonna go neutral, I guess. I don't... Or it can just pause it. Alright, here we go. Unfroze. Thank you, you stupid fucking piece of shit computer. Fucking God. When I hear something is too ambitious or even impossible, I feel excited to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I actually do. That one's fun. It's like, oh, it's impossible, is it? Challenge accepted. I believe there are problems everywhere waiting to be solved. Yeah, I agree with that one. I believe success is not limited to money or prestige. Yeah, true. It's not limited to those things, although both of those help greatly. I believe actions speak louder than words. Sometimes. Depends on the words and the person speaking them. I naturally compare my results with others and therefore always strive for the best. No, I don't naturally do it. Not always anyways. I sometimes do, sometimes don't. Depends on, is it something that I'm any good at even? Because if it's not, then why am I going to compare myself to others? Like, that's stupid. I'm thrilled by sudden changes, unforeseen detours, and surprises. I answered this question already with the fucking one earlier about fucking having to deal with changes, and it's like, no, I don't like changes. But I don't get excited for no other reason than just being alive. Disagree. I very much disagree. Excuse me. I find joy in finding the right words to craft the most powerful message. That one's fun. I believe that facts and numbers are the best proof for any point of view. I do. That doesn't mean that that's how it works, considering how much shit is done in, places of power like the government just based off of people's emotions. Look at how many people vote just based off of their emotions, not looking at any facts, no numbers and nothing. They hear words and it makes their hearts go, oh, I need to support them, or oh, I hate them. Fucking goddamn emotional fucks. I am a horrible person. If you have not figured that out watching my videos yet, then how has it taken this long? How has it taken me telling you I am a horrible person for you to see I am a horrible person? I sometimes try to do better. Sometimes it all depends on how irritated I am beforehand. Like, have I been fighting with a goddamn computer? Fighting with a computer, taking a stupid test written by stupid smart people who think they're so smart that they think they can ask the same 50 questions over and over and over and over and over again. And they get away with it. Here I am fucking doing. I think I might have woken my neighbor up. That's lovely. Lo siento, neighbor, if I woke you. I believe the surprises are great when... I want to bash my fucking skull in after reading this question. I believe surprises are great when they are planned ahead of time. How is it a surprise? That ain't a fucking surprise then. I believe surprises are great when they are planned ahead of time. How is that? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. How do you have a surprise if it's planned out? You can't have a... Like, unless it means the test taker getting surprised and not planning the surprise, because I don't know. I hate it. I hate this fucking shit. I 100% disagree because it's not a surprise if it's planned out. If it's planned out, then it's not a surprise. You can't be surprised by a fucking plan because it's... Oh, question 88 out of 120. 88 out of 120. Oh, Jesus Christ. I believe nothing is impossible if you believe in yourself. Wrong. There are plenty of impossible things. You know, you can't look. I could believe that I could survive in outer space. I wouldn't actually be able to without a spacesuit, without some form of protection from all the fucking shit up there, from the lack of oxygen, from the lack of gravity, from the lack of fucking... I know I said I like viewing the impossible as a challenge, but this is stupid shit. These questions are getting more and more stupid as I get further and further into the test. Like, it's like some of these questions were designed by a goddamn 5-year-old. You know, I bet some of these fucking questions were fucking created by 5-year-olds. It would not surprise me at all with the fucking stupid shit this is. I believe nothing is impossible if you believe in yourself. You know what? Try surviving without food. Try surviving without water. Try surviving without oxygen. See how much believing in yourself gets you through those impossible tasks. Wow. I believe that learning a bit from every field is better than just focusing on one. I am neutral on that one because it all depends on what you're trying to do. What is your career like? What is your life? Those stupid fucking... Like, anybody remember those stupid quizzes that you could take on MySpace? It'd be all those like 7-minute heaven questions and shit and stuff like that. Yeah, those questions were less stupid than this. It is natural for me to capture people's attention. Yeah, it surprisingly is. I don't know why. Like, I've tried to address myself as I've gotten older as more and more bland, as less and less stand out. Other than to make sure, stand out just enough that people are like, you know what? I don't actually want to go interacting with them. They look like they may have some issues. And yeah, I do. I very much do. And yet, there are constantly people like, you are fascinating. And it's like, why am I fascinating? How am I fascinating? What about me do you find fascinating? They always have always have, some of the answers are the same, some of them are different, but it's like, well, you're entitled to your opinion, I guess. Have you paid attention to anything I've said? Have I been, have I not explained that I'm a horrible piece of shit? The kind of monster that I can be? That I actively enjoy being sometimes? Because humanity sucks. Rather be the monster under your bed. I enjoy starting something new, even if I'm not the one finishing it. Not really. I believe we can reach better solutions through open confrontation. As the neutral one is, oh my God, I believe you don't have to agree with everyone to understand how they feel. Yes, I 100% agree with that. I believe profound thoughts cannot be hurried. They take time to incubate. Wrong. Sometimes it can just happen. I believe even the most disadvantageous piece is better than any direct conflict. No. That's the type of thinking that would allow Russia and Ukraine to come up with a horrible peace deal for Ukraine, allow Russia to rebuild and come back stronger than ever, and steamroll over as much of Europe as Putin fucking wants. Like, no. It is disadvantageous peace is not better than direct conflict all the time. Especially if it's as like disadvantageous as what, half the deals that Putin's wanted to make with Ukraine have been. Like, no, those are not fucking better than the direct conflict going on, as fucked up as that is. Because in the end, those deals would end with more death, more suffering, more pain. I believe stories are the best way to get a point across. No, not always. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. I believe that seeing the glass half full or half empty is a personal choice. Yes, it is. I personally prefer to see it as being mostly empty. Not even half, mostly empty. I am driven by the feeling of greater purpose. Fuck yeah. I ain't fucking got no purpose. Besides be angry. I am energized by the mere fact of learning something new, regardless of what it is. Yeah, I would agree with that one. That one's fun. I like learning. Believe you can't solve a puzzle by looking at every piece individually. Well, how are you going to know, Alright. I'm good at finding simplicity in the midst of complexity. I'm pretty good at that. It is natural for me to align everything I do with my core values. Nope. No, I can very much separate the things. I can compartmentalize, something that a lot of people seem to have issues with these days. I'm good at taking a fresh and creative perspective on even the most mundane things. That's a neutral. Because sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. Like this. Very much not taking a fresh perspective at this kind of test. I'm good at activating people around me and building the moment. The fuck kind of fucking shit is that? I am good at activating people around me and building the momentum. Okay, we're just gonna disagree because that sounds weird. That sounds dirty. I'm good at going with the flow and focusing on the present moment. Not really, no. I can't change, I can't go with the flow, I can't focus. I'm good at spotting potential in others and helping them realize it. Yeah, no, that's a neutral, because, I can spot the potential in others. Just, it's really difficult for me to get people to understand that they are like that. But whatever. Fuck it. Direct and decisive? No. I'm very much not direct and decisive. And that leads back to the whole me not liking being in control. I'm good at getting things done. Not really, no. At work, yeah. At home, no. I'm good at making others feel heard, understood, and included. I try. Yeah, that's a little closer to the neutral spot, but in the agree range. I'm good at determining what is important and essential task at hand. Not really. I'm good at making even the most boring tasks exciting. Nope. I can make a boring task even more boring somehow. I'm good at keeping conflicts around me to a minimum. Yeah, because I hate conflict. I really do. I think conflict should be left to fiction. I know that's also a pipe dream. It'll never happen. But one can hope, one can wish, one can have their own thoughts and opinions. I'm good at drawing lessons from any experience I go through. No, I'm not. I know there have been a number of things that I've gone through that should have taught me a lesson. I didn't learn jack shit. There are some things that should have taught me one lesson, and it taught me that I just gotta get better at not getting caught. Duh. Like, there's things that's like, yeah, there definitely should have been a lesson. I didn't even see, don't even know what the lesson would have been. I'm good at assessing risks. Oh, yeah, definitely good at assessing risks. It's just, once I've assessed the risk, I can do some stupid shit, you know. I'm good at instilling certainty and confidence in other people. Kind of neutral. I'll go with neutral. I'm good at explaining, describing, and entertaining. Not really. Ooh, new Crimson song. That's going to be fun to listen to. I'm good at explaining, describing, and entertaining. I mean, I'm going to go with neutral. Because I know people tell me I am, but it doesn't feel like it. I'm good at thinking several steps ahead. Kind of. More neutral, actually. We'll go with neutral. Because I very much do think several steps ahead a lot of times. However, the steps that I've thought through, I usually end up being not the correct steps, and so kind of pointless, but, I do it. To rehearse conversations in my head that I tend to have later. Yep. I'm good at paying attention to details. Not really, but that's got more to do with me having shit memory, because I'll try. I try to pay attention to details, but they kind of just gone from my head. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm fairly certain this one is not even actually different from earlier. I'm good at turning any mundane task into a game or challenge. I'm pretty sure I answered this exact question earlier. This actually goes back to the previous question, where it's like, oh hey, the details, like, no, I should have probably should have paid more attention to that detail, but, like, I swear, like, I know it's, like, turning into a game or challenge was literally the end of one of the questions earlier. We're gonna go with that. It's mostly disagree. Oh. That's personal. What was your current role? I guess other. I don't care about unlocking full potential. Alrighty, how do we do this? Where is everything? Blah, 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 blah. Don't care about that. See the big picture. See how your strengths naturally cluster across the 4 families. This visual snapshot of your strengths reveals high-level patterns in how you naturally set goals and how you accomplish them. 44% thinking. With thinking strengths, know how to imagine what could be and to analyze information. 30% feeling. Wow, that is a lot higher than I thought I was going to get. That is insane. People with feeling strengths know how to relate to others and to build strong relationships. Kind of. Like, when I am able to build a strong relationship, like with my 2 oldest friends, it can be it's fucking lasting friendship. But yeah, it takes a lot for me to be able to just even get to that point. Here we are. Let's see here. What? So if I click, oh, it's just gonna pull me down to, okay. Well, let's see here. Top 5 strengths, whatever the fuck this shit means. Philomath, thinking domain. Okay, this was just like, okay, so literally it's just a brief definition that's available. Okay, well, let's see here. Brief definition, Philomaths. Love learning. They explore many interests, follow new paths, and acquire as much knowledge as possible. They don't enjoy the company of so-called know-it-alls, people with little curiosity and no desire to explore new ideas. Okay. Thinker. Thinkers enjoy mental activity, intellectual discussions, and time alone in reflection. They find it difficult to work in teams that tend to act before thinking. Analyst. Analysts get energized when searching for simplicity and clarity within a large amount of data. They become frustrated when asked to follow their heart rather than proven facts and logic. Yeah. Empathizer. Empathizers are that kind of feels weird, that being number 4 right after number 3 being analyst. Well, okay. Empathizers are great at understanding how people feel and use this sensibility to do good for others. They become frustrated when asked to disregard feelings and focus solely on logic instead. You know, maybe this is why I'm constantly fighting with myself about shit. I've looked at all the data. I've overthought it and overanalyzed it. And then my heart's like, yeah, but what if? And then I have to go overanalyze all that shit. And then coach. Coaches love discovering the potential in people and supporting others' personal growth. It's hard for them to accept when this potential is wasted. All right, now what? Yeah, I guess let's just write this shit down. What am I writing? Right. Philomath. Philo. Oh. I think this is like the second or third time I've ever seen that word. You know, you would think it would have to do with mathematics. I mean, I guess maybe technically kind of in a way, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, it doesn't really seem to, I don't know. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. Holy shit. It is an hour-long video. And it would be even longer if my phone hadn't fucked up and, canceled the previous first half of the fucking recording. So that was fun. Which is why I was so irritated in this one. Because I already had to deal with my phone being all fucked up because of this stupid test sending me fucking shit to my phone and causing my phone to fucking close out of shit. And then dealing with these questions. My God. If anybody watches this all the way to the end, please comment down below that you did, because I want to see if anybody's willing to stick it out for almost an hour just to hear me get pissed. Goodbye.